Juan Ying Ni Min, Benvenidos and welcome to the Headwaters campus of Lakes International Language Academy. Thank you for coming tonight and joining us in celebration of this beautiful facility. I hope you've had the opportunity to pass through a few rooms and learn a little bit more about the International Baccalaureate Primary Years program. One of the things we talk about with staff and with students is being globally aware and internationally minded, thus becoming sensitive to cultural differences and understanding the richness that brings to any discussion. As a staff, we had the opportunity at our fall retreat to group ourselves by language and divide further by region and culture. We learned much about each other and we laughed hard about our differences and our similarities, as well as showed pride in our individual heritage. We truly have an amazing staff, and I would like the LILA staff to stand up, or if you're standing, to wave a little bit, and would like the rest of you to join me in honoring them. More than half of our staff at this point are native Spanish or Mandarin speakers, and they bring the world to us here in Forest Lake. I would like to leave you with some simple but powerful thoughts to live by from Sam Parker of Give More that I not only agree with but fit nicely with the IB profile. Be humble, be teachable, listen more, appreciate people, relax, complain less, and smile more. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm so happy to be here and so happy to see all of you here. We have to start with many, many thank yous. I'll go quickly. First of all, the high school and junior high orchestra members who have been entertaining in the Discovery Room. Sydney and Aria Norcross, Irene and Elsa Manning, Lily Pope, and possibly Strom and Oslo Norcross as well. Thank you. I want to thank Roastery 7 and LILA parents Alan and Lainey Cronky for donating coffee and manning the table. I want to thank Johnson and Turner and LILA parents Aaron Turner and Chris Johnson for donating water. I would like to thank for the building the LSE architects. I want to thank Len Pratt, who is here, for finding us this lot. Dick Ward, who made sure that our bonds sold. I want to thank Kraus Anderson and Jesse, who's here, for a job well done. Our LILA board members for their leadership in making sure that we were ready to take on an additional building like this when it's always scary. And then most instrumental to the success of this building project from the school's point of view is our very own CFO and project manager, Julie Lundgren. Please give her a round of applause. All right, while we're thanking people, I would like to thank staff members for all of their work to make this night and every school day successful. And I want to thank all the LILA parents and students, the parents for entrusting us with their students for 6 hours each day. It's sometimes a risk, and we appreciate your risk-taking. Okay. My next job is to do a brief summary of the last 10 years. And I want to incorporate the International Baccalaureate Primary Years program attributes, which are listed right here, and attitudes, which are listed right here. I have asked our former PYP coordinator, Stephanie Mcalpine, and a former student who happens to be my daughter, Maya Peterson, to listen carefully to my speech. And as I mention examples of students, parents, or staff, or others demonstrating any of these attributes or attitudes to shine a laser pointer at those attributes and attitudes. The rest of you, I tried to get more laser pointers, but I just couldn't. So you'll have to imagine that you're doing that. Okay, so it all started in 2004. We opened with 177 students, kindergarten through 4th grade. We had 7 teachers, 10 total employees, and 1 lonely language ambassador. We renovated a small portion of the district memorial hospital, and we received our certificate of occupancy on the morning of the first day of school. We shared the building with the State Patrol, the Fairview Employee Assistance Program, and a residential teen chemical dependency treatment program. Imagine what risk takers our first year's parents must have been. My, how we have changed. With steady growth, we were able to take over the entire hospital building, adding a new wing in 2006, renovating the operating rooms to become our colorful, light-filled library in 2008. In the past 10 years, LILA has earned multiple state and national Promising Practices and Character Education Awards, as well as the State Stool of Character designation. In 2012, the Department of Ed recognized LILA as a reward school for its high performance record and has presented LILA with the Minnesota State School Finance Award for 8 consecutive years. Tonight marks another milestone, the opening of our new Headwaters campus on over 12 acres with a bit of room for expansion if we need it. Only 10 years after opening, we have had only over 1,100 students come through our doors, with over 800 currently attending pre-K through 6. We have nearly 40 full-time teachers and cut checks for nearly 100 full-time, part-time, and on-call employees every 2 weeks, including some of our 20 interns and language ambassadors. We're the largest elementary school not only in this district, but in several neighboring districts as well. But most importantly, our students are successful, both while at LILA and when they move on to secondary school and college. If you hadn't had the opportunity to attend the 6th grade exhibition night, please mark your calendars for Monday, April 20th in the evening this spring to see 6th graders' presentations demonstrating all that they've learned about research, preparation, and presentation in their 7 years at LILA. Beyond 6th grade, your children and our children do quite well. They're just as amazing. They compare favorably with those from other schools when they mix in junior high. We have a disproportionately high percentage of our graduates in the advanced classes. Each spring, about 25% of the overall school is invited, but about 50% of LILA students are included in the end of year LILA grads. Excuse me, they're not ours anymore. 50% of LILA grads are included in the end-of-year academic awards banquet at Southwest Junior High. Many LILA grads go on to study 3rd languages as well. Yet language and academic strength are not the only way our LILA grads distinguish themselves after 6th grade. Check out the alumni page on our website to learn about the many avenues of success our students have found after 6th grade. They are amazing young people. The outgoing principal at Southwest would tell us regularly that his teachers could identify LILA students before asking where they went to elementary school. They are the students who ask interesting questions and want to discuss alternatives. They are the students who are, for the most part, respectful, yet confident. They're the students who are involved and enthusiastic. I remember in 2007 when we sent our first tiny group of 12 students onto 7th grade at Southwest Junior High. I found out that October that 7 of those 12 had been elected to student council. In a nutshell, our graduates do well. And on top of that, these young people are also bilingual. They truly are prepared to make a difference in the world. I couldn't say it better than one of our first graduates, Aspen Lofgren, did in an email she sent me earlier this year. She writes, "I remember my first day of LILA, walking into the school. I remember being frightened because it still had a creepy hospital look to it. But the small amount of faculty that the school had made me feel at ease. I remember hearing gibberish coming out of my teacher's mouth, and I had no idea what she was saying. I'm currently going into my sophomore year in college, majoring in Spanish, and I'm just realizing how grateful I am for LILA. I'm looking into studying abroad for my junior year, possibly Spain or Costa Rica. LILA has advanced me so far, not only in the Spanish language, but also culture. I'm intrigued about learning about other cultures and languages. I believe LILA is the reason for this. I will never take the LILA experience for granted. What LILA does is incredible, and for a fact, changes lives in a positive manner. Our school staff, parents, and students should be proud of what we've been able to do in our first 10 years, and we should be excited about the possibilities that lie ahead in the next 10 years. With that, I would like to introduce Stephanie Mcalpine, who is filling in for our current PYP coordinator, who is called away on an emergency. Stephanie is going to talk about the PYP night, and a little bit about IB in general.
Hello, I can talk loud. Can you hear me back there? Hello, everybody. So as Shannon said, it's been quite the journey the last 10 years. Some of us have been here since the beginning, and some of you all have been here since the beginning. And some of you are new to LILA within the last few years. So there's a varying degree of understanding of what an IB school means. An IB school is an international baccalaureate school, and we are a primary years program. And what that specifically means is that the type of program that we have is made for elementary school. So there's also an MYP for middle school and a DP for high school. So there's a lot to know about IB. And tonight we decided to just focus on two things. And one of the things that we focused on was the learner profile. And if you've been here for a long time, you know that the learner profile is something we focus on a lot. And there's a reason for that. It is that that's what IB, their main goal is to create schools that create students that are internationally minded. And the way that they do that is to create students who encompass these attributes. So that's why we talk about it a lot, is because it's our end goal. We want kids that can do all those things. And then there's lots of other pieces that support that, which include the attitudes. But tonight we hoped that you get the opportunity to learn a little bit more about those attributes, as well as just kind of have fun interacting with those. And then the other piece that we decided to focus on tonight is the idea of knowledge, which is one of the attributes. Thank you, Maya, for continuing with the laser and pointing. Maya was my student, so that's why she's doing such a nice job over there. Knowledge is also one of the essential elements of the PYP, and the way that IB breaks down knowledge is into 6 transdisciplinary units. And the 6 units, help me out back there if I get stuck, are who we are, where we are in place and time, how the world works, how we organize ourselves, sharing the planet, and how we express ourselves. And we take all the state standards and all the different elements of the PYP that they want for knowledge, and we put those into transdisciplinary units, and we create inquiry-driven study, units of inquiry-driven study. So the idea with focusing on that tonight was that you got to know a little bit more about those units and why they are called what they're called. So hopefully you got to do that and have a little bit of fun. Like I said, there's a ton to know about IB, and we've had a journey in the last 10 years to know more about IB, and I've had the opportunity as being the PYP coordinator in the past, see a lot of other schools that are IB schools, and because we are a charter school, we have the ability to be a great IB school. We really believe there's not a teacher standing in the back there that doesn't believe in doing things through inquiry, that doesn't believe in the ultimate goal of the PYP, and that is why we are so successful at being in an IB PYP school. So, with that, I think that's all we needed to know. Oh wait, one more thing. Yes. Oh, there's a website, and if you stop by our table, you can see Hannah, one of our first grade teachers, or myself, and we will give you the QR code, and you can check out our website to find out a little bit more about IB, or you can always contact Amy Mueller, who is the PYP coordinator, or myself, or Shannon for more information. Thanks.
Okay.
Here surrounded by everyone who has connections to LILA. First off, we have Ms. Shannon Peterson, who founded LILA. I think that's fair to say, right? The founder.
Founders, yes, I'm one of the founders.
And how great do you feel tonight opening up the new building?
It is fantastic to be here in this new building. We're so excited to have enough space.
Now, can you share with us some of the features of the beautiful new building that the kids are starting to learn in?
Well, the building's got this great gym, and it's connected to a huge music room, which opens onto a very nice natural light infused cafeteria. So we're really happy about that. We've got a kind of an interesting stair area in the discovery room, which is the center of the classroom wing on the lower floor. And then some really great classrooms with big windows and great vistas. You can see, cornfield forever.
For those that don't know out in the viewing audience, how many students are going to be taking advantage of this beautiful space?
Right now, we've got about 250 at this campus and about 500 at the main campus. And then we've got about 65 kids across the street from the main building at the preschool. So eventually, they'll all be coming here. This building will be full at about 350.
That's so awesome. Can you tell us what is some of the things you hear from students as they get up into the higher grades and they come back and they talk to you guys? What are some things that they tell you?
So I teach 6th grade, which is the year they graduate, of course, and so I hear back from our grads a lot. Just that, first of all, that LILA has given them the gift of multilingualism, which is huge, and they're using it to go all sorts of amazing places in their lives, literally and figuratively. That LILA has taught them to think for themselves, to be open-minded, just that they've become very well-rounded, well-balanced individuals.
Can you share with us a little bit about the curriculum and how the attributes and the attitudes all fit into that really unique LILA education plan?
Yeah. So each grade level teaches 6 transdisciplinary units of inquiry, and so as teachers we actually take the state standards and incorporate those, but write the units of inquiry based on one of the 6 transdisciplinary themes. So each year every student has a unit under each of those transdisciplinary themes, and so we work to incorporate subjects and different activities, and so basically we're doing kind of the traditional subjects like language arts, math, social studies, science, but through some really neat multidisciplinary inquiry-driven learning.
Tell me some things that you've loved about LILA, working with the teachers, with the students. What things stick out to you about the school as making it so unique?
Okay. I would say the curriculum is wonderful. In fact, I was subbing today at one of the junior highs. The 8th graders there remember the lesson in the Justice for All unit, and they could tell you exactly what happened and what an impact it had on them. And we have got teachers and administration that are willing to take risks to do big impact curriculum with our kids, and it's just phenomenal.
So you would recommend LILA to everybody?
Oh, definitely, without
Hands
a doubt.
down.
My son graduated 2 years ago. He's doing very well at the junior high level. The thing I liked about LILA was sort of the family environment. The parents all seemed very involved and very interested in what was going on at the school. My son Jack, he still loves to come back to the school any chance. He was very upset he couldn't come tonight to this. He had Profe Christina for a teacher, and he just can't wait to come back and see her all the time. So there's just a real strong connection between the students and the teachers, and we're just really thrilled about the new building. I live in the neighborhood, and so I think it's a wonderful addition to the neighborhood too. So lots of young families around. So.
Is there anything else that you guys really want people to know about LILA and what it represents, what it means to you, what it means to this community? I think that's important, at an event like this, what it brings to the community.
I grew up in Forest Lake, and I think that what LILA brings to this community is an international outlook. I think because so many of our staff were born in another country, our name is Lakes International Language Academy, and the international is not your traditional international school where the students come from all over the world, but we are international in that more than half of our teachers and the educators who are in the classroom every day are born in a Spanish or Chinese-speaking country. So that's really exciting, and we love to be part of the event at the Forest Lake High School each April, the Festival of Cultures, and love to share cultures there. We've got a lot of cultures to share, so we love to be part of the community.
You're bringing it to the Festival of Cultures, I'm sure, in a whole new way, which is awesome. Did anyone else want to share anything about that?
I think that the tolerance that the students are taught and the open-mindedness, our world is just getting smaller and smaller and smaller, and now they actually can communicate with people in other worlds with that tolerance and open-mindedness, and they're just going to change everything. I really believe they're going to make a big difference.
And I guess I would say too, one of the things that I found, that we've all found, is that when you make the decision to come to this school, the immersion program is promises that it opens up different areas of the children's brain. They're able to learn in a different way. And we see that so much as they get older. Music comes easier, math comes easier. It's just, so a lot of our students, as they go on to junior high and senior high, they're in the advanced programs, and it's just, you just see them excel at different things, and it's really fun to see. They're just a different capacity, I guess. So it's very rewarding.
Well, it was so great to meet all of you. Thank you guys so much for taking your time to talk to us today and share with us about LILA. It's really great. Congratulations so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I have the privilege and honor of introducing Carlos and Jody, who have put together, Carlos wrote and did lyrics for the school song, the new school song. Students are mourning the old school song, I realize that. Before I do that, I just noticed that we have several VIPs here. I just want to notice the elected officials who've been so supportive of LILA. We've got Susan Young, who's here from the City Council. Thank you, Susan, for all your support through the years. And Representative Bob Detmer, who's also always supportive of LILA. Thank you.
All right. This is what at least we think it should be the new school song, because it talks about all these things over here, and also it's we try to put together a little Mandarin because it's not our strength, the Chinese, but Spanish is there, English is there as a common language for all of us, so you will get to sing if you want. Lyrics are over there. It doesn't have a title, and we hope you like it as much as we put effort and love into it. And well, that's it. Jody's playing piano. We complement each other very well because she's more a piano player and she's very good with recorders. I'm more a guitar player. And she's very good at English. I'm decent at Spanish. And thank you also to Zheng Chuping Zheng, or Zheng Lao Che, the Chinese teacher at main building, because she helped us, well, she did the Chinese parts actually, translated. So big clap for Chuping too, Jody, and we hope you liked it.
Todo un mundo por descubrir, un nuevo idioma que aprender. Together we will make a mark, sharing peace from heart to heart. Aprendo toda mi vida, the journey starts with LILA. I'm learning through my whole life, more Mochiang ka shu da di fang. Reaching us to lift you up, making us forever strong. Vemos algo que cambiar, nos ponemos en acción. Aprendo toda mi vida, the journey starts with Lila. I'm learning through my whole life, Mochiang ka shu da di fang. Aprendo toda mi vida, the journey starts with Lila. I'm learning through my whole life, Mochiang ka shu da di fang. I'm learning through my whole life, todo comienza en Lila. Woman treats a Lila. This is the place where we start.
I'm here with Carlos, who's the music director. That would be fair to say, music teacher.
I'm the music teacher
Music-
on the other building.
Yeah, at the other building.
The old one.
The old building. Well, how do you feel about the new building? Love
It's
it?
amazing. Yeah, it smells like new. There's a lot of possibilities actually. I mean, we still have to work on, let's say, the background for having concerts and everything because it's like brand new, right?
Yeah.
No concerts happen. This is the first event, so, and yeah, I feel great.
That's excellent. We loved your new school song. Can you tell us a little bit about your inspiration for writing the new school song?
Inspiration actually comes from a meeting we had here, and we discussed about how it was time to have a new school song. And I was actually driving back home, and I don't know, it came to me like the first chorus, and then we developed the rest together, lyrics-wise, with Jody, that speaks better English than me, and the Chinese teacher. When it came from, I don't know, new school, new song, let's do it.
I love it. Did you have anything that you wanted to say out to the community, maybe even in your native language, about, inviting people to LILA and your new song? And, I'm thinking incorporate some of what LILA is, a little bit of that international.
Well, actually, I came from Spain and I didn't know a lot about Minnesota, and I wasn't expecting this at all. I mean, in the good sense, like, I don't know in other places in Minnesota or the cities, but at least in Forest Lake, there's a great community feeling. We are like, actually, it's like a cliche, but it's true. We are like a family. We really support each other, and it's a great place to come here and learn Espanol. Because I hope it will be very useful for your kids in the future. And everything that says the song, it's true. I mean, we really work together, and what we learn through the whole life, it's a lot, but this is a place to start, right? So, adiós amigos y bienvenidos a LILA.